I'm Michael Stephen Clark, also known as Hucker, and I'm a BMX dirt jumper. There's so many things about it that I love, from like the culture behind it to what we get to ride, the thrill, the adrenaline, like it all factors in to why we do it. There's nothing like the adrenaline rush. You land a trick that you've never done and you're just on cloud 9. Or you could almost die and pull it and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta go do that better now. And then that's almost a bigger rush. Everybody approaches riding in a different way. Some people really ease their way into it, which is awesome because it's honestly a lot more safe that way. I had more courage than skill, and I got hurt a lot doing it because I was just like, man, let's do this, let's go fast. I wanna go high, like I wanna do all these things. But in the beginning, you don't have the skills to do it. You have to take baby steps and learn. That's one of the hardest things there is to do about learning BMX because you don't know what your limits are yet. When I started progressing, all these jumps that I could never jump before, they all started working and something just clicked in my head and everything started coming together. I had all this confidence because I could ride all these new jumps. So I started trying tricks I couldn't do over jumps I could barely jump and just falling a lot of falling. But I always got back up with a big smile and things actually started clicking and tricks actually started working a lot more consistently. From there on, like everything just started coming together, one thing after another. And this is spending every day after school just trying to find what was possible and what wasn't. My bike is my signature frame and it's got a little bit steeper of a head tube right here. It's better for like hops and manuals and hang fives, which are tricks I love to do. Traditionally, you wouldn't want that steep of a head tube for riding trails. You want a little bit mellower one. It just makes it a little bit more stable at high speeds and going in the air and all that good stuff. But I like being well-rounded. I like riding a bit of everything. So I wanted to make it not too steep for like the street and park guys, but not too flat for the trail guys. I like riding different tire pressures for different obstacles. If I'm riding street, I like to run about 50 to 60 PSI. If I'm riding the trails, I'll ride 70 to 75. If I'm at a skate park, I like 75 to 80. Let's say I'm riding a bull, for example. I want a lot of PSI in my tires. That makes them really hard and really fast. So if you were to case the coping, it's not gonna break your tire and bend your rim. There's gonna be so much pressure in there that it's gonna absorb that. For the trails, you want it just a bit softer because there's more bumps. It's not as smooth, so you want a little bit softer so you're not just jarred the whole time. And street, you definitely want a lot less air because you're jumping down stairs and gives a little bit more suspension.
Place all extra patrols that we have on duty, Captain. Keep these groups from gathering at any location in the city.
X Games is definitely the contest I'm looking most forward to every year. Last year I was fortunate enough to compete in my 4th X Games. The year before that I walked away with the silver medal. And I never in a million years thought I would ever even ride an X Games, let alone podium. Winning a silver medal to me was like winning at life. There's something about doing what you love and sharing your love with other people. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. That's just what I love most about the X Games.
Big front flip, landed perfect. What a solid run from Mike Clark.
I've had so many different strategies for contests. A lot of them worked, a lot of them really didn't. And one thing I love doing is I love never seeing the format and the layout, because then you go there, you're fresh, you don't have all this build-up in your head of what you're gonna do, and then you get there and then the jumps just don't work in your favor. For years, my main focus was do the biggest stuff you could do because that's what the judges want to see. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't work out, but it's stressful doing that. Because then you're not being you, you're trying to be somebody else to please other people. That doesn't work with me. Now I focus on just doing what I love to do, and if people like it, awesome. If not, I enjoyed myself.
Staging and claiming it. Just always having a good time.
Precision definitely comes into play, and it's a large factor in all competitions because you want to go as high as you can and land your tricks completely perfect at the top of the landing because you get judged on that. If you land flat, it doesn't look good, so you get judged lower. When you land higher on the landing in the right spot, you carry a tremendous amount of speed through it into the next jump, and you need that speed to perform at your highest level.